Hi guys. Just kind of got done with my little prayer time, FaceTime with the Lord. Something that I hadn't been consistent with enough lately. It seems like when times get tough, when things get hard, that's when I, get up and go at my day and forget about, prayer. And I don't do the little things that I should be doing. And so I wanted to talk to you guys today about giving up and frustration and hard times. Gone through some stuff recently. It feels like it's been for the last 5-6 years. Ministry's so tough and life has been tough, and there's been so many changes that, it's been about as rocky as I can imagine. And but recently I've gotten to a point where there's been times, and it's hard to admit as a pastor, that I have had some depression. Things are just not the way I want them to be, and I don't see how I can fix it. We hear stories in ministry that are just horrific and heartbreaking, and we've had some real tragedies that we've helped people deal with that I'll talk about in a minute. But I want you to know that even though thank God I have the Lord, I get times when it's hard to get out of bed, and it's hard to make myself do life, and I start thinking, man, this is not working out, God. I need, and then I just forget about God, and I'm just like, so caught up in this thing, and I just feel like I want to give up, and when I get in times like that, thank God I have sort of a coach's mentality, and I tell myself, hey, Ricky, what would you tell somebody else who is feeling like you are feeling like you want to give up? And it's sort of like, I would tell somebody, hey, if you're thinking of giving up, that's okay, because if something's impossible, geez, it's impossible. It's impossible is impossible. But I would tell them, are you doing the little things that you should do, that you really can do? Because if you're not, then you don't know if this situation's impossible. And what I mean by that is, like, if you're thinking of quitting your basketball team, I would say to you, okay, it seems like it's not working out, but are you doing the little things? Are you going before or after practice and shooting 100 extra baskets? Are you visualizing success? Like to do. That you're exercising your mind. Are you doing the right things to visualize success? Have you humbly gone to the coach and asked him what you can do to get better, what it is that you need to do, and with a real teachable spirit? Have you done that? Have you sought out help from loved ones? Have you gone and asked people, or done things and gone that extra mile that might be humbling? It might expose you and your feelings, but have you done that? Because that's what I had to ask myself. Feeling really down, feeling really distraught. And I had to ask myself, Ricky, this feels impossible. Feels like you just want to give up, but are you doing the things that you should do? Maybe it's impossible what you're trying to do. Maybe it's out of your control and you can't fix this situation. You just can't do it, and it's making you crazy. But are you doing the things you can do? Because sometimes I'm trying to stand in the situation. I'm trying to stand this really hard situation, and what I need to do is kneel. And so I go back to prayer, something that you can do. Go back in the Word, something you can do. And go to the Father and say, listen, what is it that I need to do? And every single time, even to the point where, are you doing the little things you need to do? If you feel depression, are you getting up and exercising for 20 minutes? You can do that. It's very, very possible. You don't feel like it, but it's very possible. And you know that you're going to get endorphins. You're going to get clarity of thought. You're going to feel better, and the clouds are going to clear up a little bit. But are you doing those things? These are choices. And I had to ask myself, Ricky, you're feeling terrible. You feel it's impossible. But have you been in prayer? Have you been on your face? Have you gone and asked God? And lo and behold, he says, I got this. Be still and know that I am God. And the peace that surpasses all understanding fills me up. And has my situation got any better? Not 1 ounce. Not one little bit has my situation got better. But my heart can face this. And I'm able to do what I need to do. And then I can turn myself outside of myself, and I get my peace back. And I can enjoy the challenge of life and go out and encourage other people. And that's what I'm doing now. I want to encourage you that it's, the lie of the enemy is not true. You can do some things. Do the small things to do. If you're having trouble with a career, do that. Go and just get what job you can get and be the best you can be at it. You know, if you want to find a good job, go out and get any job and do a good job at it, and you've got a good job. Heard that recently. It's just so crazy, really amazing. So are you doing the little things that you need to do? Because the peace that surpasses all understanding will come upon you. And if you don't know God, that's really the biggest thing. If you feel like giving up, I mean, recently in our church community, we had a suicide, and until I got into ministry, I never knew anyone who committed suicide. Now I know about 5. In the past 6 years, it's the leading cause of death. And I just want to say to people, I came to a point where I gave up in life too. I've never had really the thought of killing myself because I'm, you know, probably too chicken to do something like that. But I've wanted to quit, and I felt I'm at the end of my rope. And if you're really ready to give up, what if you gave up having things your way? You know, if you end your life, you're going to lose the thing that you're trying to hold on to. You're not going to get to have the dreams and the wants and the needs and desires that you're fighting so hard to get. So why not surrender your heart to God? Why not do what I did? I got on my knees and said, you know what, I'm finished, Lord. I can't do this anymore. I'm trying to be 5 different people. I'm trying to like make it in this world, and I can't make it on my own. It wasn't working out. And I just said, you know what if I gave my life completely to God? What if I just surrendered? And then when you do, I'm telling you, joy and peace and comfort will come in. And believe it or not, God will give you those desires of your heart back to you times 10 in a different way. What if you just gave up? If you're ready to give up, please, please, please don't hurt your family and friends and lose your destiny, because God has something big for you. You are designed and made to do something big. And the only reason he hasn't supported where you're at and where you're going now, and it's so frustrating, is because he loves you. He wants you to turn and surrender to him. And then it's not going to be a loss, guys. It's going to be a gain. The Bible says he who holds on to his life will lose it, but he who lets go of his life for Jesus and in his name will gain it unto eternal life, meaning bubbling joy, amazing, you know, power. And yeah, I have bad times and I still feel, but deep inside, like this fire that's burning behind me, there's a joy that won't give up. No matter what happens, I know it's going to be okay. And that's because I gave up a long time ago. It's a long journey and life doesn't get easier. And like I said, my circumstance isn't better, but do the little things you know to do. Give up your way for his way. And I promise you, there's a hope and there's a future for you that, I mean, it's there, and you'll be helping other people, and you're going to have those feelings you're looking for. I want you to know I love you so much, and I'm praying for you. God bless you.